All praise be to Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, and peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad and all the Prophet of Allah. It's always my pleasure to welcome you to your program, this program, Glimpses from the Life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This episode will be a continuation of the previous one, where we brought into discussion some aspects of the trust, great trust that the Prophet ﷺ has on his Lord, on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that made him confront and face all enemies of this message, this great message of truthfulness, of guidance, of mercy. Unfortunately, he was rejected by his closest relatives, the people around him who knew him for more than 40 years, the people who named him the trustworthy. Now they were accusing him of lying, accusing him of not being truthful. But he knew his message. He was very confident on that Allah will make his message victorious, that his message will prevail not over those poor, ignorant people, but all over the world. When the Prophet ﷺ was coming out of Taif, he was rejected by the people of Taif. As a matter of fact, they kicked him out of Taif. He was sad, not because of the treatment that he received, but because the message of Allah was rejected. Allah wanted to comfort him, to show him that if the whole people, the whole creatures on the globe rejected him, he will support him. He is with him. People rejected him, but Allah sent his angels to him to comfort him. The angel of the mountains came to him and said, "Oh Muhammad, order me, so I'll just move these two mountains and demolish Quraysh forever." He said, "No." And here, why Allah said to him, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have but sent you as mercy to mankind, to the worlds. He said, "No, I have great hope in Allah that out of their offsprings will be people who follow the message of Allah." Yes, indeed. Abu Jahl went away, but Ikrimah became one of the greatest leaders of Islam. Umayyah ibn Khalaf, who persecuted the poor companions of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, now his own son will be taking the banner for Islam, Safwan ibn Umayyah. Al-Walid ibn Mughira, who was really a very adamant enemy of Islam, his own son will be Sayfullah al-Maslul, the sword of Allah, Khalid ibn Walid. This is the great trust that the Prophet ﷺ was having in Allah. That, hey, I'm not only focusing on the current situation, on the contemporary people. No, this message is eternal, is universal, and will continue forever. He knew that, regardless of the hurdles that he was facing within his own locality. Anybody would lose hope in such a situation, but he never lost hope. As Musa alayhi salam, the Prophet Musa said to the people of Israel, when they were afraid of the Pharaoh, when he was following, he said, "Kalla, inna ma'i rabbi sayahdin." No, I will never go into despair. I will not give up. My Lord is with me and he will guide me. Indeed, the Prophet ﷺ showed such great example of patience, of perseverance, of great trust on Allah. One day, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, you know who Umar is, okay, came to the Prophet while he was laying on the floor, on the ground, with a mat made out of palm leaves. And these palm leaves printed on his body. Umar saw that and he became so desperate, so sad. He said, "O Prophet of Allah, why you are living in such a situation while Caesar and Khusru were sitting on the thrones?" The Prophet became angry. And he stood up. He said, "O son of Al-Khattab, do you have any doubt in your way, in your religion? By Allah, that this deen will cover the whole globe. And by Allah, a woman would travel all the Arab Peninsula without fearing none but Allah." In a situation like this, yes, Umar was having great trust in Allah that this religion would prevail. But as a matter of fact, when he saw the Prophet ﷺ in such a humble sitting, even the mat printed on his side, he felt sorry for the Prophet. How come? Those don't deserve to live this life. But the Prophet made it very clear to him. He said, "Dunya, this life is for them, but Akhirah, paradise is for us. This life is temporary, but the other life is eternal. And you cannot compare a finite, limited life with an infinite life of happiness, inshallah, in the hereafter." Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.